my name's Susanna Smith. I'm a peer dialogue facilitator in training for Clemson University. I am an international management major with a minor in psychology. I absolutely love it. I'm so thrilled and excited. I serve as an RA, resident assistant, here on campus in the freshman dorms in Lever Hall. It's great working with all the freshman girls. They're a hoot. They're awesome. And I'm really excited to do this first video blog about my whole PDF experience. The topic of this first video blog is how I define dialogue, where I would like to see it more in my life, and what I would really like to see more in dialogue. And I think this is a really great kind of topic. As we've talked about in class, I completely agree with our instructors that dialogue truly is the best form of communication. Out of discussion, debate, however you want to talk, I feel like it's the healthiest because it doesn't necessarily aim for speaking the loudest or driving your point across or trying to win a game. It's really more about understanding. That's the key fundamental, core of dialogue is understanding. And that's great because I feel like the basis of communication isn't necessarily to drive the point home, it's to understand where the other, side is coming from. And to kind of backtrack a little bit, I think that that's really great because I feel like the problem is that people forget that no single person is the same as another person. And what I mean by that is really that every single person comes from such a diverse background and that they've had, things happen to them in their life that nobody else can understand because nobody else has experienced that, and they just come from all sorts of different wealths of knowledge. And I feel like people often forget about that. And this is a great way to celebrate those differences because, as I said, with dialogue, you're trying to get at understanding. And when, you engage in dialogue, I think it's great because you do say your point, but you take a step back and you say, I understand where you're coming from, and this is how I interpret it. Can you understand where I'm coming from? And that's the great thing. It's not, cutting to the chase. It's really building a great fundamental basis for having topics of discussion and getting at new and interesting things to talk about. So that's pretty much what I define dialogue as, is the basic communication where the goal is understanding. And I think that I would really like to see dialogue taking more action and place in my life where I see it more on campus. And I say that because I know that Clemson University has a wealth of diversity and knowledge and different cultures, and it's just I want to find out more. Anyway, but I would like to see more exploration into that. I find that often a lot of our very ethnic cultural groups kind of stick together, and I don't see a lot of the more homogenous groups reaching out and saying, hey, tell me your story, let me know what's going on in your life, I want to know. And I think that, if I could see that, that would be awesome. That would be my life's dream goal, but that would be awesome. I would really like the more homogenous groups to reach out. So I would say probably the fraternity and sorority population on campus to reach out to the gay and lesbian and transgender movements, to the Islamic groups, to the Indian graduate students. I just feel like there's so much diversity and we need to celebrate it. We need to get on it. So that's what I would really like to see, dialogue is taking a bigger role in my life and in my surroundings. And as I said, I would really like the topics to be things that people aren't necessarily comfortable about talking about because they don't understand those different backgrounds. And I think that the quest for better communication and knowledge, that is really key. And I know for me personally, being an international management major, I think that's great because that is what the world is coming to. The world is so globalized that You know, you need to have a basic understanding of communication for understanding. And I mean, that's just an invaluable tool and life skill, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity to help cultivate that. So that's pretty much the quick and dirty of how this whole experience is going to work, I guess, and you know what I hope to learn from it. So anyway, thank you so much for listening into my first video blog. Hopefully they'll get a little bit technically less challenging from here on out. But again, thank you so much for listening in. I'm Susanna Smith, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.